These are all the parts you need to set up your Apple TV. This here is the Apple TV itself. This is the adapter. And then you'll need a cord like this. This is the one that we no longer use from the black document camera. If you have all these pieces, you're ready to get set up. This is the Apple TV ready to be plugged in and used. The Apple TV is connected to the adapter. That is connected to the long cord, and we'll connect the other end of that cord into the second port on your black box. And then right here next to the black cord is where the audio cord goes. As long as this is plugged in, any audio from your iPad will play on your classroom speakers. To use your Apple TV, you'll need to turn on your Smartboard projector, and the other thing you'll need to do is turn on your black box. This is the button, the select button that you'll use to do either PC1 or PC2, and you'll just get used to which one is set up for your Smartboard and which one is set up for your Apple TV. Anytime you want to use the Apple TV, you'll have to select to use the Apple TV, and then when you want to use the Smartboard, you'll have to select to go back. Now, when I first tried to do this one, I was pushing the button and it wouldn't do anything. I had to change this setting to manual, and then I could select to change that one. You will know that it's ready to show your Apple TV when you see this projected on your Smartboard, or some version of the movies across the top. Now, using the Apple TV remote, we're going to go to Settings on the Apple TV. Pointing the remote at the Apple TV, I'll choose Settings by hitting the center button. Here are the settings. We're going to start with General. And we're going to go down to Network. This is the one that they've already set up. This is why you have to turn it into them first. They set this up so that it accesses the CASD mobile. That has to be on the same wireless as your iPad. So if you ever are trying to connect and you can't get it to connect, make sure your iPad is also on CASD mobile, because they can't see each other if you don't do that. Okay, I'm going to hit the menu button again. Anytime you're in a menu and you want to get out of it, there's not a back button or anything. Just hit menu again on the remote. Okay. Another thing I want you to do is go to Name under the General Settings, and the generic name is Apple TV, but we want everybody to put their own name in so that you can tell, once we have a whole bunch of these, which one you're connecting to. So using the remote, it takes a little bit to get used to. You can see I'm moving to space and delete and clear. I'm going to start with delete all these characters where it says Apple TV, and now I can move up. If you want capital letters, go to the top, go to the capital, and I'm setting up Kelly Moffitt right now. So I'm going to go capital M, and I'm going to finish this, and then I'll start up the video again. Alright, so I've got Kelly's ready to go. Please do this also for your room with your last name followed by your room number, and then when I'm over on the right, I have to arrow to the right until I get the submit button. Hit submit, and now that's set up. Okay. From the general menu, we're going to go now to set up your iTunes account. If you ever want to play anything straight from the Apple TV without using your iPad that's on your iTunes account, a short video or something like that, you can hit the menu. It will take you out of the general menu, and you can go to the iTunes Store menu. And where here it says sign in, choose that, and then you'll need to follow the same process to sign in with your Apple ID, which should be your entire email address that your teacher iPad is signed up to, and just fill in that email ID and submit. You'll have to fill in your password and submit. Okay. Once you sign in with your Apple TV or your Apple ID, it will ask you, do you want the Apple TV? Remember the password to rent or purchase items for the iTunes Store. Now, what this means is that anybody who connects to your Apple TV, they can just come and use your remote and turn it on. If you have money in your iTunes Store account, they can just automatically start using it or charge things to your credit card. So be aware of that when you make this choice. One more setting you can change is your AirPlay password. This is what will secure your Apple TV so that no one can access it to show their iPad on it, without your password. So choose AirPlay under Settings, and then choose Set Password, and then you can make it whatever password you want. You can see in the settings that it says CASD Mobile next to Wi-Fi. This is important. When you're ready to show your iPad through your Apple TV onto your Smartboard, take 4 fingers and push up. The menu bar appears at the bottom. Scroll towards the left, and you now see this Apple TV button. If that Apple TV button is not there, it's because you're not on the CASD Mobile with your iPad. Hit the button. You'll see your iPad, your AirPlay, and as well as anybody else that's near enough to you to be picking it up. Choose the name. The first time you have to connect, if you set a password, it will ask you for the password. So put the password in. And then you'll have to do it again the very first time. 4 fingers up, scroll to the left, choose that, and then turn the mirroring on. Once you do that, it will show up the same on your iPad and on your Smartboard. There is a slightly scrunched view, but everything that you do on the iPad, you can now see on the Smartboard. When you no longer want your iPad to be shown, scroll 4 fingers up again, scroll to the left, hit the button, and turn mirroring off. You can leave it connected there and just turn the mirroring off, and then your Smartboard no longer shows your iPad. When you're done projecting on the Apple TV, you don't have to turn it off. It will just go to rest after a while anyway.